Managing visitors and events on farms. Whether it's the school cross-country or a woolshed wedding, people love visiting a farm. But there are certain guidelines farmers need to follow to keep their visitors healthy and safe. And visitors, someone who does not normally work or live at the farm, have responsibilities under the Act too. Let's take a look at what they are. What are the farmers' duties? As you'd expect, farmers have duties to look after their visitors. This involves making sure that work areas and buildings on the farm, as well as any surrounding areas, are all safe. They also need to make sure no work done on the farm will put anyone at risk. So are farmers responsible for everything? The short answer to that question is no. For example, they aren't responsible for the safety of people crossing a farm in non-work areas. What about the visitors? It's important to note that anyone visiting the farm has a responsibility too, to take reasonable care that their actions, or lack of action, don't put themselves or others at risk. Visitors must also follow any reasonable instructions given by the farmer, as far as they're able to. Before we move on, let's take a look at a tricky term: reasonably practicable. You may have come across the term reasonably practicable before, but what does it actually mean? For the purposes of managing risk, reasonably practicable is a balance between what is possible, so the highest level of protection, and what is achievable, meaning what is reasonable in the circumstances. For example, Annette is working in an area of her farm other people aren't likely to access. It isn't reasonably practicable for her to pack up her work tools, post warning signs, and mark out risks every time she leaves it. However, what if she knows people are likely to visit the area? Then it's reasonably practicable to expect her to leave it in a safe state. What about hosting an event? Even if the farmer isn't hosting the event, they need to manage risks as far as is reasonably practicable. Let's say the school wants to organise a cross-country event on the farm. The farmer and the school need to work together to keep everyone safe. For the farmer, this could mean controlling their livestock and the risks that they pose. For the school, it could be making sure the children don't stray from the marked track during the event. While the farmer and the school have different responsibilities based on what's reasonably practicable, their overarching aim is to keep everyone safe and healthy. Together, they also need to work out the risks and decide who is going to manage which risks. If the farmer was to organise their own event on the farm, then they'll have to manage all risks themselves. Events where visitors are charged are no different to free events. The same health and safety duties apply. Quick recap. Before we finish up, let's quickly run through the two main points. Firstly, farmers are not responsible for the safety of people crossing a farm in non-work areas and away from farm buildings. However, they must ensure that work done on the farm doesn't put others at risk. Secondly, visitors have a responsibility to take reasonable care that their actions, or inaction, don't put themselves or others at risk. Keep these 2 points tucked under your swan dry and your farm will be a safe haven for visitors and events alike. What about the rest of your farming crew? Do they know how to manage visitors and events? Share this video so they don't miss out.